Hi, please let me present in English. Hi, good morning everybody, respected professor and colleagues, and I'm Zar Zar Win Thein from Graduate School of Asafa Kyoto University. And today I would like to present our projects related with community-based psychological support and socioeconomic assessment for post-earthquake recovery in Sagaing, Myanmar. And our project members, all of our project members couldn't go back to Myanmar, so I would like to explain a little why we couldn't in person go in Myanmar or our project members. So what happened in Myanmar? So Myanmar is currently facing two overlapping crises, and the one is a military coup in Myanmar since February 1st, 2021. It has led to ongoing conflict and political instability in Myanmar. And second, on March 28, 2025, a magnitude of 7.7 magnitude Richter scale earthquake struck central Myanmar. So this shallow earthquake caused severe damage, particularly in Sagaing and Mandalay region. And so the combination of conflict and political instability and natural disaster has created an extremely complex situation in Myanmar right now. So this kind of impact of earthquake was devastating. So and we can see over 5,000 fatalities in Myanmar and over 10,000 injuries, and some are still missing. So homes, schools, and religious sites were destroyed, and also transportation networks are severely disrupted, especially humanitarian access very limited due to the military control. So this has made recovery effort extremely challenging in Myanmar right now. This image illustrates the scale of destruction in Sagaing and Mandalay region. And roads are very severe, devastated. And here is a Muslim church, Muslim mosque, before and after. And this is a temples and pagoda. So this devastating and destruction picture is reflect not only physical damage, but also the destruction of everyday life in affected communities. So in this situation, we decided the disaster response is particularly difficult, and ongoing conflict limit access to affected areas and community systems and are often disrupted. So, and at the same time, the community are facing emotional trauma and loss of livelihoods, and lack of especially psychosocial support activities. So therefore, we think a community-based approach is necessary to understand the urgent needs and support recovery. So our project focus community-based post-earthquake rehabilitation. We think and we discussed a lot of time when we planning proposal about this project. All of members couldn't go back to Myanmar, so we decided to community-based recovery project because they can train that kind of psychosocial support after this project. So this project emphasizes psychosocial well-being as a central part of the recovery, and we aim to provide psychosocial support and promote mental health awareness and integrate this effort with livelihood recovery. So the project is designed in close collaboration with local communities. And in project plan, especially three parts. The one is psychosocial support, and the second is socioeconomic assessment and inform recovery strategy to the affected communities. Our team is multidisciplinary. Every member has different backgrounds. For me, I am from the forestry background, and Ang Wei, he is from economic background, and Thein, he is from public health, and Thon, she is from microbiology background. But we decided to do these projects to support the communities, mental health support, and also we contributing the project design, fee coordination, and data analysis. So this collaboration enable effective implementation of the projects. Here is the sharing the pamphlet. So we use the preliminary survey in forward or Sagaing. So Sherry, this is a Myanmar version of mental health awareness pamphlet, and this is Myanmar version of the awareness of the adequate recovery, how to use the step-by-step in forward. So we design survey tools and ensure ethical research practice, and informed consent was obtained from all participants and confidentiality was strictly maintained. Because our project is related to the psychosocial support, so their consent is very important for us before we doing the project, and this was especially important given the sensitive content of the conflict and trauma. So the projects were implemented in phase including preparation, data collection, and psychosocial support delivery and analysis reporting. And this is we implemented our activities in Chinsu West Sagaing, a total of 80 households. Initially, the survey was planned for forward in Sagaing, namely Chinsu, Mosa, Botan, and Mainland. But when we doing the implementation survey, some of the what is the security is very limited, so we are considering the security consideration as well the availability of the local volunteers. So we choose the Chinsu work and selected the household based on the vulnerability criteria, including female-headed household and those affected by death or injury, and household with children and elderly members or person with disability. So this kind of approach allows us to focus on the most vulnerable population in our selected work. And firstly, we did socioeconomic assessment, so asking like basic question, members or family members, and like their basic status. So according to the socioeconomic surveys, participant age group is we evenly distributed. You can see it in the picture clearly, and participant gender is female, is a female-headed household is 85%. So because our criteria is choose a female-headed household, and in household side the 40 and 41% is 3 to 4 and 5 to 6 family members, and they are still living in their original residence. Actually, in that time, in Myanmar is humanitarian access was very limited. Actually, until now, so they cannot go the community center. So even their house is destroyed, they are just temporary site close to their house. So the answer is living in original residence is more than 95%. And due to the earthquake, so we can see the damage to house is 89%. So we did survey 80 households, and 89% destroyed their house, and also damage to income. So they couldn't go to job, and they have like their property was destroyed, and the original source of income was destroyed by earthquake. So damage income is more than 85%. And we are very sensitive when we collect the food availability, because sometimes not enough it more than 61%. So that is very like a sensitive situation in there, and often they not enough food availability in there. And other damage property is the highest one. endemic categories and other workplace and humans and their livestock and vegetation also. So the findings show that like many households were already in vulnerable situation, and the disaster further worsened these conditions and increased inequality. So this highlights the disaster often amplify existing vulnerabilities. A key point of our project was psychosocial support through simple community-based activities. So we introduce breathing exercise to help calm the nervous system and reduce stress. So breathing exercise is help calm the nervous system and reduce the stress level. So by doing like the kind of mind control and healing coping strategy, improve focus, increase oxygen flow in blood, and promote emotional balance. So we introduce that kind of breathing exercise when they feel stress and when they feel trauma related to aspect of their personal concern. This method is even very easy but very effective to the release of their stress and trauma. And second one is journaling. Journaling process is we distributed a paper to the participant, and they write down their feeling freely, their fears and their nightmares, their dreams, their whole what happened, everything they write down. And then especially we guided like you can write down your bad feeling every day. So they write down mostly their bad feeling, trauma and stress. And then we guided like TRS the paper. So they are journaling and TRS the paper and going to the water tank, and then they soaking. So they think their bad feeling is disappear together with water. So this is a kind of realization technique, encourage self-reflection and derealization and also emotional healing. And second one is mental health healing painting. So even some of the person is age around 60 and 70, they never do color painting. And when we introduce like the kind of method for stress healing, they feel the color painting is improve stress a lot. So emotion to be expressed, they can express visually and reducing anxiety and inner pressure. So this build mindfulness and support emotional growth. Some of the pictures of the participant. And the next one is a creative handmade doll for mind healing. So we use the clay, color clay for making the handmade doll for mind healing. So the kind of crafty handmade dolls bring comfort and have fun and joy. So a sense of inner peace they feel that improve a lot of concentration and reduce self-stress and create a deeper emotional connection. So finally, bubble blowing. Bubble blowing was a mindfulness activity to improve focus, create moment of joy. Because when we blow the bubble, we need to maintain the balance. If we use a lot of pressure, the bubble will explode. And if we cannot afford to blow the bubble not bloom. So these methods initiate their main balance and stress or release. So we use the kind of calming mind through bubble blowing method. So they enjoy a lot in this activity and participate, and mostly people they said they temporarily forget their stress and trauma, and they would like to use that kind of result when they were in their home. So according to our psychological support, their mood at the time is very bad. And also panic symptoms in family is more than 96%. And also they wanted social support more than 96%. And mental support available is very limited in there. And also social support strength within family is eventually distributed, but more than 41%. So the one I noted structurally method, because in the survey question we asked what kind of structurally they use. So the one is pre, and rehabilitation is they need financial support, and also damage to more related with earthquake. So in this project, we collaborate mental health support organization and Barefoot Doctor Myanmar network, and also supporter is KUAS and ASAFA. So this is they both their feelings and needs. So future needs and collaboration is a livelihood is very severely distracted after earthquake. So urgent need is a job, livelihood recovery, healthcare asset, and financial support. The important one is military restriction, limited access to community. So local community collaboration is very important in there. And thank you so much for your attention.